all right, part 2. We thought we were done, and then the conversation kept going, and we said, well, let's film this too, because there's
we
more
forgot
to
to talk about the will and the free will, which is so key.
Yeah. And I was just sharing with Carrie, I have literally had people in the past, more than one person, tell me that they wish that we did not have free will because, and I responded and said, well, then you would just be a puppet. And they said, yeah, but I wouldn't be in this pain. And just a very interesting perspective on the fact that our free will can get us into a lot of trouble and can cause a lot of grief and pain in our lives. But it's free will is, I think I can be this absolute about it. It's the essential element to being human. Without free will, we are just puppets. And yeah, we can get ourselves into a lot of trouble, but we can also do a lot of really powerful things with our free will when we get it aligned with the Father.
That's right. The other mom walkers are back.
Oh.
Yes. So we were just talking about that, the free will and how important it is. And I was also saying, as a counselor, a prayer counselor, that is what I see all the time, is people who have lost their ability to use their free will. They are just puppets, but they're puppets to the enemy instead of like serving God with their will. And how as children, most of them were raised in families where the parents were super insistent on obedience. And I know with my kids, I went too far probably on the obedience thing, and because they wouldn't use their free wills to be obedient, I would step in and use my will to make them obedient. And after a while, they just kind of lost some of their free will because I was too much using my will over them.
Yeah, which was definitely kind of the parenting model.
That was the mode of the day, right? Yeah. So now going back and encouraging myself that my will and my buy-in is so important, like to partner with God and to use my will to say yes to him and to choose it, to not go limp like we talked about in the last one, but to use my free will to be obedient to the things he's calling me to, and which is what Gideon ultimately had to do. He had to use his will to get out there, pick up his sword, and I don't even know if he actually fought in the end, because it seems like God did a lot of things with clay pots and lapping water and all
and all the things. One thing too, I'll add to the free will thing, in the different prayer ministry stuff that we've done, is there are a lot of people who had their will. Ronan is very put out that he's not the center of attention here. The dog had their wills overrun or usurped when they through abuse. And so that's another thing that causes people to not know how to walk in their own free will. But God can restore that, and it's really critical that if that happened to you at some point, where either just through overzealous parenting or through some form of abuse,
or you become a victim, someone actually victimizes you.
That is an overriding of your will, and it can be really hard to then even conceptualize the fact that you have the ability to make choices and to operate out of your own will.
I think it becomes, you get victimized and then it becomes your identity. I'm a victim. I wasn't victimized. I actually am a victim.
Yeah.
And like to turn around on that continuum we were talking about, where I'm facing victim and now it's become my identity, to turn yourself around and to come out of agreement with those lies and to embrace the truth that, yes, I was victimized, but I'm not a victim. I am an overcomer. I am a mighty warrior, which, whatever it is, that, you know, we need to overcome it and come into agreement with the truth of who God says that we are.
Yeah, there we go. Yes, and unpacking that truth is one of the great adventures of the Christian walk.
Amen.
The truth of who we are. So anyway, that's it. All right, bye-bye.